The world has gone crazy. Who would have thought Malkin's death would end up little more than a footnote? Carver grinned at the characterization. He had said as much to the smug bastard himself. As far as the lack of CIA contact, Carver understood what he had signed up for. Besides, they were quite busy these days. Every intelligence agency in the world was now focused on analyzing ground combat in the modern era. It was wild to see old artillery units paired with new drone technology. The NSA was working overtime for Kyiv, as well as keeping tabs on similar prospects in Taipei, both cities Carver had recently visited. He wasn't sure if that made him good or bad luck. Long story short, continued Linnell, I'm not even supposed to be talking to you right now. Hence this. Clandestine ambush in the boonies. And I always took you for the outdoorsy type, although I doubt those flats would make it half a mile. Her expression withered. Vince, if you see me running, it's only because I've lost my gun and there's a homicidal clown after me. Are you done being cute, or do you need to go a few more laps to burn off the testosterone? I'm here as a courtesy. This time, Carver kept his mouth shut and waved an invitation for her to continue. You're a good guy when you get over yourself, she said, which might have been the most magnanimous thing to ever come out of her mouth. I know you've got mouths to feed. The problem is no one can touch you with a 10-foot pole right now. So I found you some work outside the agency. I can find private security work on my own. Hollywood's been hounding me for a consulting gig, but I'd rather not pander. The prospect earned an amused chuckle. I would love to see that, but it's nothing like that. This is for a 3-letter agency, just not the CIA. See, you may be persona non grata right now, but the DEA has it worse in Mexico. Carver groaned. The war on drugs, Laney? Really? His pain had the opposite effect of lightening her expression. I'm aware Mexico isn't as splashy as your last 2 destinations, but it's real work with genuine national security ramifications. We can't fix the cartels and we can't stop the drugs, but we can shield the government and police from corruption. As you know, it's a dangerous time to be a reporter or politician in Mexico. Only if you're honest, he interjected. So here I am, keeping my distance from you like a respectable intelligence officer, and a contact in the DEA throws out a feeler. He's a field guy, a real grit and grindstone type who sees rules as suggestions. You'd like him. Carver ignored the implicit jab. I get private enterprise in Mexico is booming these days, but my understanding was the DEA kept out of that. Your understanding might be outdated, just like the Merida Initiative. Heard of it? He nodded. Financial support by the United States to take on the cartels. More than $1 billion worth over a decade for aircraft and materiel to engage transnational criminal organizations, to retrain police forces, to revamp the justice system. And what do we have to show for it? Spiking levels of violence, trafficking, and drug abuse. Kidnappings and homicides are at an all-time high. It turns out American defense contractors received the brunt of that money. The Merida Initiative is dead in the water, with politicians now placing their hopes in the new bicentennial framework for security. Carver conclusively clapped his hands together. Problem solved, then. The problem's not too big with the right allies, but those are few and far between. In 2018, Mexico elected a populist president on promises to combat corruption. This guy threw the 3 previous presidents under the bus. He overrode the power of local corrupt police forces by creating a national guard that answers to him. Meanwhile, we've taken a hard line at the border. Linnell nodded. If this was ever a marriage, there sure wasn't a honeymoon. The U.S. recently arrested their former Secretary of National Defense in Los Angeles for drug trafficking. Mexico responded by limiting our federal powers in the country. And when we released their general, they leaked U.S. intelligence anyway.